Hey there, it's Steen at OysterGro, and just going to give you a quick video and an overview of our latest release, the OysterGro MegaFlo float. So the MegaFlo has the same streamlined features as our ProFlow and our High Flow, but gives you more volume. We've had some customers that have been asking for something that's got a little bit more volume, so this is where the MegaFlo comes from. So more volume will give you more air drying height. Also, it'll give you a flatter surface to sit on the seafloor. So if you're in mud or silt, definitely a bonus. As you can see, nose on, the floats have the same features, still streamlined. So that streamlined design reduces the amount of energy that gets put into your cage, into your lines, into your anchors, thus making your equipment last that much longer. But the MegaFlo has 20 more liters of buoyancy than our High Flow. Same height, wider profile, but as you can see, the High Flow's got a V-hull style. The MegaFlo is more like a flat bottom skiff. As you can see, they come in both standard black or stealth grey. So we've added another float, so now we have 7 different floats to choose from in the 2 different color choices. Anyway, let's have a look at the MegaFlo in more detail. So now that we've got rid of the stealth versions, we can have a look at the MegaFlo close up. So first off, as well as making the float broader, we've also elongated the head of the float. So we're having a couple of customers that are in more aggressive water that they were saying there was a little bit too much lateral movement. This is basically putting more buoyancy further out to give it more stability. The float itself still has the same 4 strand slots, deep slots, so it protects your vinyl strand, so that the vinyl strand will be sub-flush to the surface. We've also still got the collar, so the strand goes behind the collar on the mesh configuration floats. That means when you're taking your cap off for sinking, you're not relying on your cap as you're pulling the cage up from the seafloor. The strand is retained behind the collar. So let's roll the float over and have a look at the underside and see the business area of the float. So this is part of our patented streamline and flow channel design, which is available on our ProFlow, our High Flow, and now the MegaFlo. So in essence, what's happening here, any water that's coming into the side in whichever direction is flowing in and through and underneath the float. Hits a constriction, so it's like an hourglass shape, and as it gets constricted and flows through, creates a siphon effect, gives you much better flow across the top of your cage. For those of you guys that are in hot climates, if you have a standard float which has no flow underneath it, what can happen is you can have a very slow moving area of water flow on top of the cage. That can create a hot spot that can stress your oysters. With our flow designs, this mitigates that. And also on top of that, for you guys in the warmer climates, also consider stealth. Stealth, yes, gives you a less of a visual footprint of the system, but also absorbs less of the sun's energy, thus radiating it down towards your oysters. So a combination of those two gives you great feed and nutrient and real stable temperatures for your oyster growth system. Also, you'll notice on the bottom we have 2 grooves. These grooves are specifically for our hybrid shift design, and what that means is the float isn't being attached to the cage, the float is actually being interlocked into the cage. So all the structure basically marries up and they get locked together, so there's no movement in the float in any direction. Again, looking at this system being used in more aggressive, more energetic waters, and the more you can have things locked in place, the less wear and tear you're going to have on your system. So that's basically the MegaFlo. We're going to be giving you more videos going over the cages and what the cage options are with the stealth and the standard. And if you've got any questions, give us a call, drop us a line. We're more than happy to answer them. Have yourselves a good one.